Hey guys, Haitian here, and welcome back to Diablo 3 Reaper of Souls. In the last episode, we've got the King Leoric's crown, and was about to head on into the Cathedral. Now, if you're wondering why I'm back in town, I decided to look through the shops and stuff, and I decided to get some new equipment. So, pretty much I got a new sword, which is pretty much does more damage and whatnot. I bought 2 rings, keen rings of the hawks, which gives me 8 to dexterity and 2% extra attack speed, and because of 2 of them I now have a total of 4 increased attack speed, which is nice. And I actually got me a belt, a rare belt that gives me 2 strength and pretty much going, as you can clearly read. I also bought this, which I believe was the same amount of armor. My gloves, if you remember last time, I had 16 armor on my glove. Now it's 4, but after everything else, believe it or not, these gloves were better than the higher defense, or the higher armor. So by looking through these, it is what determined it. And if you really want extra details, blah blah blah, here they are. And I also, as you knew in the last episode, I had a 19 armor. Now I dropped that all the way to a 3 armor, but I get a lot more stuff. And here's something else. Not only do I get extra experience for monster kills, but I also will be able to regenerate health faster. So the amount of toughness you can recover every second in combat, recovery is based on your... So yeah. So pretty much I am going to be healed every time I take damage, and if you saw in the boss fight, my health didn't really go down at all. That is because my equipment was practically healing me. I was healing faster than what they could do damage. But also, now the main reason why I decided I came in here, if you go in Kane's house and go in this back room, you see a book. Click on the book and here's it.
I wish that Leia could live a different life, a more normal life. But alas, such is not her fate. When I pass, there is none but her to continue my work, and the future of this world hangs in the balance.
Also, if you're wondering what this Book of Cain is for unidentified items, I believe that I gone over it, but if I didn't, I'll go through it with that when I have a chance to show you. So now, here we go. We're in it for the long haul this time, and I can tell you now, I'm not looking forward to the Cathedral. The Cathedral has been always one thing that I have never really liked about this game, cause this Cathedral, it was found on it's in the outskirts of Tristram, I believe. That's it. Yeah, because here was Tristram before, so this is the Cathedral, and this is where Diablo used to reign long ago. And yet you cannot find the... That's way to hell. So here we go. One next door. Into the Cathedral level 2. Here we go. before I forget, if you guys want to see me actually go through like get new equipment and whatnot during in between episodes, just comment in the comments below and I will surely do it if you guys really want to see me get stuff and see the process I use to determine whether or not I want it or not. Just be warned, there may not be really any commentary when I do it because I'm just thinking in my head when I do it, so and as you can see, yes, I may have. If you pay attention to my health, you can see every time I take damage, my health is recovering faster than what they can do damage to me. That's because of all my recovery, despite the fact that I have weak armor. Granted, when I get later on in the game, will this armor be able to save me? I seriously doubt it. But hopefully by then, I also come across even better armor. And just simply because this is an MMO and item drops are different and whatnot each game, one could just hope that I get better equipment.
When we returned from our horrific defeat in Westmarch, my beloved king lost all pretense of sanity. He seethed with rage, spitting curses upon us as traitors. With great sorrow, I ran him through.
Oh, well, that's good to know. If you pay attention to these stones, most of them will break and unleash a tomb guardian. Be warned when you come across those. That reason why I stopped here earlier is because I was figuring that one would break. Turns out I was wrong a bit, and okay, little warning, when the music just stops suddenly, that's typically never a good sign. Okay, treasure goblin. One thing you should know is that you want to concentrate all your attacks on the treasure goblin, because if you give them enough time to escape, they will, and if you kill them, you get a lot of good stuff from them. I really like these enemies because of that.
Some devious little goblins have been robbing our merchants. When pursued, they simply open portals and disappear with the most aggravating chuckle. Peasantry seem to believe that the goblins serve a great demon lord known as Greed. And furthermore, that their portals lead to Greed's domain. A ludicrous notion, truly.
I mean, makes sense. Now let's see what stuff we got. Typically, I do get good stuff, but not always. Got a pretty good club. Okay, this is a nice place, but I mean, and I guess I could quickly show you how I determined. I put on the new stuff, then I look at the strength, see if that changes, which it did. Look at the dexterity, that doesn't change. The intelligence, it changes a bit. Vitality. Then I also now look at the damage. Okay, I'm doing less damage, and then I look at the toughness. Yes, I do have more toughness, and I am barely losing anything, but then I look at my recovery and it drops significantly. So I'm going to be keeping this on, despite the fact that it armor-wise, yes, it is better, but in my overall, I think that this would be the better choice. And then I got this that's very stronger than my strongest sword.
More fury.
And I just realized when I was pointing to my stuff, I was using my hand and there's no way you could see my hand, so I now feel like a retard. Now if you're wondering why I shared that information, well, that's because reasons. I actually don't have any. I guess just to let you know how I'm kind of used to actually not really playing in front of an audience, but I guess so you guys still know that I'm still kind of new at my commentating. This is what I'm talking about. They break everything in. Jesus Christ, I am glad that my what was it? My cleave I put rupture on. Which man, they explode.
I will forever live in anguish for my last attempt to honor my king. As we lay him to rest in his burial chamber, he manifested as a hideous skeletal demon. Gorash and my other knights were overcome at once, but I fought on.
Like I said, I typically don't like using the bleed effect, but those guys whose names I've already forgotten, being buried. And then rupture the. See, who needs really strong weapons when you have rupture, which explodes the enemies when they die, causing more damage to the enemies. Okay. Also, I'm also now, I guess you can say, I'm now not really concerned about trying to get through the place. That I will try and look all over the place, but no promises.
And now I wander, cursed by my once beloved king. Evil gnaws at my bones, and I cannot risk putting my beloved Tristram in danger should I fail to contain that which tears at me. I must venture down into the labyrinth to die alone.
Okay. And the reason why I say that is because when we first came across it, as you saw, that I had no way to gain back to town. If this was like, if the people of WoW actually made this game like the previous Diablos, then I probably would have had no worries either, because I would have been able to find portal scrolls or town scrolls. No. Yeah, because we don't unlock it till like really late in the beginning of the game, in my opinion. Yeah, you really need to make sure that you gotta get through everything, and the game going past a lot of great experience. Oh, what's going on over here?
Maintain your incantations.
Your magic is weakening. I am free now. Back to my mission.
And what is this?
Who are you?
You will know soon enough. Help me find my gear. I will reward you well. Tell me, what brought you to this infernal place?
I come to vanquish the Skeleton King.
As do I.
Okay, so we have a temporary partner, it would seem. So let's go and find his equipment. I do know where they are, but I'm just not going. I'm trying to keep my promise and go through everywhere. But the reason why I'm still kind of iffy if I want to, because if I get it into a spot where I need to return to town, there's no way for me really to do so.
To test my skill.
Let's just drag you past this bloody pit. I'm here to find out.
And just like, yeah, because our friend here doesn't have his equipment, he is not doing that much damage, so until we get his stuff, he's kind of useless to us. I mean, he's doing like 1 damage, which is nice. But it really
Down
doesn't
this
help.
way. There are my weapons.
He's free! Do not let him reload!
I am Cormac, warrior of the Templar Order. If it is the Skeleton King you seek, then you will have to fight your way past John Dar. There is no reason we should hunt alone.
I know a Templar can be trusted. Together we fight.
And so it seems like we are going to be hanging out with this guy a little bit more. Ooh, 16 district. Yeah. I'm sorry, no amount of extra experience is going to be able to convince me to get rid of
I grow in power.
oh, new passive skill, my bad. Okay, so now passive skills. I guess I could go into these. Pretty much these are skills that will always be around, so right now we have Pound of Flesh and Ruthless. Pound of Flesh gains 50% additional life from health globes. That's actually really nice. What about this one? You deal 40 additional damage to enemies below 30% health. Huh. Which one should I go? I'm going to go for Ruthless. But now let's see what others there are. Nerves of Steel. Okay. I'm not actually reading. I'm just glad to go over them. If you want to pause the video, you can to see what exactly all of these do. Cause okay, I think I'm going to get that one. I'm at level 30. Definitely going to get Relentless. Sweet. Okay. And I also did pick up something else. Yep. So now it looks like Korak, the Templar buddy, will be hanging out with us a little bit longer. And we found the waypoint. Be completely honest, I did not know, at least I don't think I've ever known there was a waypoint to the floor. Oh well. Good to know that there is. Man, this cathedral is getting demolished. Also, I don't know whether or not I've already explained this, but with these health poultices, one thing I do like about them is that they do heal your partner as well. And now also, because Korra casts his equipment, he does more damage now. And
I am Cormac,
okay.
warrior of the Templar Order. If it is the Skeleton King you seek, then you will have to fight. Black magic bars our way, but the will of a Templar is stronger.
Okay, before we go down there, let's. That's a spear. That looks more like a sword, but okay. Let's go.
You were a Templar, John Dar. How could you succumb to this?
The Coven is my brotherhood now. The powers we serve will soon rule this world! Please forgive me. My vision was clouded by the Coven's evil magic.
Betrayal can never be forgiven. Thank you for your aid. I will go with you on your hunt for the Skeleton King. But there is one condition. If we find the sacred tomes of my order, they are mine.
Agreed.
Then onwards we go to fight the Skeleton King.
Okay. Just to let you guys know, the Templar is indeed one of your allies that you could is a permanent ally. He is a partner. So now, the Templar is a fierce melee warrior who wields a shield and a one-handed melee weapon. You do want them to join, and so now, if you click on that, now you could go level up his skills. The one thing I would always, he has intervene, and heal. I've always gone for the heal. And no, you can't. Okay, so you can't switch. You can't switch back and forth. And on the second skill, because he's level 10, and one thing you should always know, your partner will always be the same level as you. I really enjoyed this mechanic a lot.
Are you ever afraid in battle?
True warriors overcome their fear.
We are both blessed then. My faith armors me against fear.
And his level 10 skill is Intimidate, which pretty much enemies will be slowed, or Loyalty, which provides life generation for you and your Templar and the Templar. I'm also choosing Loyalty. And when he gets to level 15, he will have Onslaught, delivers a massive blow to an enemy, or charge an enemy, dealing damage and stunning nearby enemies. This could go either way. Determining on what position I'm in at that moment is what I'm going to be choosing. And at level 20, you have Guardian. When your life is low, the Templar will come to your aid, knocking back nearby enemies and healing you. Or Inspire. Increase your resource generation. I will tell you now, I'm going to be going for Guardian when we get to level 20. And also, you can also equip him. And yes. And yes. 18.2 damage. I mean, granted, this does extra like 2 or 3 poison damage, but was yeah, like 7.7 damage per second, but to be truthful, I like this one better. There's more damage, and now the spear he has is a weak little thing, 7.2, and he can equip any, and his shield is also quite weak as well, but he even said he could equip any one-handed weapon. So if I want, I could give him this, and he will be able to equip it. Boom.
Just the thing.
But with him, I've always liked giving him the strongest thing I can get him. So let's look through our weapons. 15.6, 18.2,
I can't use that.
okay, and it also tells you one-handed spear. Whoop, hold on, let me see. Right, I thought this was. Isn't this one-handed? Yeah, it's one-handed.
I can't use
One-handed spears, maces, axes, swords, daggers, and shields. This is one-handed. Okay, now I get it. I guess it can't be class specification, so now we have to go to the second highest, which is this.
I will use this.
Which is this spear. And until we could get him a better shield, this is what we're going to be rocking with. And now, before we continue on, like I said, I will keep on recording until we get to the Skeleton King and defeat him, because that was my promise to you, because the last episode was so short, and by so short I mean it was half the thing. So I'm going up. That is not what I wanted to do.
I need to go back.
We're going to be teleporting back to town. So now, oh, that's not what I wanted. Salvage. Boom. Also now weapons. Yeah, some weapons you can.
I've got some brand new goods you might be interested in.
Ooh. I'm actually going. This does give me extra strength and extra vitality and regenerates 2 health per second. But this one also gives me 3 to life after each kill. That doesn't help at all. Okay, I'm going to definitely get that. And I'm also going to get that. Why? Well, this one I want to actually see something. Okay, my strength definitely goes up, my dexterity stays, intelligence stays, my vitality goes up as well. My damage goes up, my toughness. However, my recovery does go down by 1, but overall that was the better choice. If only you could equip clothing items.